The night Emma Reeves received the voice memo, she was sitting alone in her tiny recording studio, a room stitched together with foam panels, coffee mugs, and a microphone that had heard more lies than the confession booths in her childhood church. Her true crime podcast, Trusted Tales, had been gaining traction for months, but Emma never imagined that one day, a story wouldn't come from research, interviews, or archived police files. It would walk straight into her life in the shape of a trembling, 2-minute voice message from a stranger. The message arrived at 12:17 a.m. The sender's name was not saved in her contacts. No profile picture, no introduction, just a single audio file titled, "I didn't mean to. Please listen." At first, Emma thought it was a prank. She received dozens of weird submissions every week, but something in her gut tightened. Something in the cold, late-night air pressed on her chest, as if urging her to listen. When she pressed play, the voice that spilled out wasn't drunk or laughing or trying to be mysterious. It was cracking, like cheap glass under a boot. A young man, late 20s, maybe, breathing fast, as if he had been running. "My name doesn't matter," the voice began, "but I need someone to know the truth. I need someone to hear me before they find me." Emma froze. His breathing became more erratic. "I didn't mean to kill her, but they'll never believe me. Not with what they found, not with what they think they know." Emma's palms started sweating. She leaned toward her screen, replaying the first 10 seconds. His voice wasn't slurred. It wasn't rehearsed. It was fear raw, desperate, and crawling into her studio like smoke. Her name was Lily Marson, and I didn't. The message cut to static. Just like that. 2 minutes. End of file. Emma stared at her phone, her throat tightening. The name Lily Marson was embarrassingly familiar. She had heard it on the news just 2 nights ago. A 24-year-old graphic designer found dead in her apartment. Police suspected homicide. No arrests. The case was still under investigation, but the memo had no timestamp metadata. It wasn't possible to verify when it was recorded, and whether the man was confessing or claiming innocence. Emma replayed the memo again, and again, and again, 5 times. 10, 20. She wasn't sure when her hands started trembling. Perhaps around the part where the man whispered, "I think they're watching me. I think someone is outside." Emma sat back, heart pounding rhythmically against her ribs. She had been in the game long enough to know one thing. If fear sounds real, it usually is. She spent the next hour scrubbing the audio, isolating noise, enhancing frequencies, removing static. At 1:34 a.m., something new emerged. A faint background sound she hadn't heard before. A metallic clang, followed by a distant echo, like a door slamming in a huge, hollow place. A parking garage, or a warehouse. Emma felt her heartbeat jump. She exported the cleaned file and played it again, headphones on. She closed her eyes. The clang came from the right channel, the echo from the left. There was wind too, just a little whistling in short bursts. Whatever his location was, it wasn't indoors. And then she heard it. A second voice, not speaking, breathing, slow, deep, heavy, as if someone was standing close behind the man, just outside the microphone's capture range. Emma ripped the headphones off, her breath catching. She replayed it again. Yes, definitely a second person. Quiet, watching, close. The memo wasn't just a confession. It was a recording of someone being hunted. Emma felt her stomach twist as a cold wave washed over her. What should she do? Call the police? Go public? Her podcast dealt with crimes that already happened, not ones unfolding in real time. But if she kept this to herself, and something happened to that man, she would never forgive herself. She opened her laptop and typed Lily Marson case into the search bar. Dozens of headlines appeared. No signs of forced entry. Victim possibly knew her killer. Neighbor reports loud argument night before murder. Emma clicked the neighbor's interview. An older woman with shaking hands said she heard a man yelling in Lily's apartment around midnight. The voice memo man said Lily's name. He said he didn't mean to kill her. Emma's pulse surged. It couldn't be coincidence, but something didn't add up. The man in the memo didn't sound angry. He sounded terrified, afraid of someone chasing him, someone he believed would find him. Emma leaned forward, turning the volume up. She listened until she memorized every inhale, every trembling pause in the stranger's voice. Something tugged at her, an intuitive thread she couldn't explain. She opened the audio one more time and listened for that weird metallic sound again. Clang. Echo. She copied the segment and compared it to online sound libraries, and after half an hour of searching, she found an exact match: the sound of the 6th floor. Metal door at Brighton City parking complex. The same garage only 2 blocks away from Lily's apartment. Emma's chest tightened. If he recorded it there, he wasn't running from police. He was running from someone else. Someone connected to the same place Lily was killed. Emma grabbed her keys. She shouldn't go alone. She knew it. Every rational cell in her body screamed, stay home. Call authorities. Let trained officers handle it. But her instinct, sharp, investigative, seasoned, dragged her to the door, because something told her this wasn't a simple case of guilt. It was a plea for help. She drove to the parking garage, arriving at 2:15 a.m. The building loomed over the street like an abandoned concrete skeleton. Yellow lights flickered above empty parking rows. Emma stepped inside, recording app open, mic on, her hand cold around her phone. Her footsteps echoed. The same echo from the memo. Floor 6. The metal door. The clang. She climbed one floor at a time, heart thumping, each level emptier than the one before. When she reached level 6, the air grew colder, hollow, dead. The metal door creaked in the corner. She gently pushed it open. Clang. It was the same sound. The exact sound. Her stomach clenched. She hadn't imagined it. The man had been here, probably hours before. She scanned the concrete, flashlight shaking in her hand, and then she froze. There was something on the floor. A phone. Screen cracked. Battery dead. Emma knelt slowly, picking it up with shaky fingers. She turned it over and her breath hitched. The lock screen photo was a picture of a woman. Lily Marson, the murder victim. Emma stumbled back, panic rising inside her. If this was Lily's phone, how did it end up here? And where was the man who sent the memo? A noise cracked the air behind her. A footstep. Heavy, slow, deliberate. Emma's body locked. Another step. Closer. She turned, flashlight trembling violently now. A silhouette stood near the stairwell door. Tall, broad-shouldered, not moving, just watching her. Who's there? Emma whispered, voice cracking. No answer. The figure shifted. She took a step back. Her phone started vibrating in her hand, an unknown number calling. Her heart almost stopped. The figure in the dark took one step forward. Emma answered with trembling fingers. A voice whispered on the line, "You shouldn't have come here." Emma's pulse exploded in her ears. The figure moved again, slow, patient, predator-like. "Who are you?" she whispered. The voice on the phone exhaled shakily. "The confession, the memo, that wasn't me." Emma's heart dropped into her stomach. The figure stepped into the dim light. A face, eyes cold, expression unreadable. "Then who?" Emma whispered. The voice on the phone answered, voice cracking with terror. "He used my phone. He forced me to say it. He killed Lily. He's framing me. And now." The man in front of Emma raised something in his hand. A crowbar. The voice on the phone broke into a sob. "Now he's coming for you." Emma dropped the phone and ran. The crowbar slammed into the ground where she had just been standing. The parking garage erupted with her footsteps, heartbeats, breath tearing out of her lungs as she sprinted toward the ramp. Behind her, the killer's steps thundered heavy, relentless, never slowing. The chase spiraled through the concrete levels. Emma dodged between abandoned cars. She slid behind a pillar as the killer's shadow swept across the wall. She fought to quiet her breathing. His footsteps stopped. Silence ballooned in the air. Too quiet. Then, a whisper. Low. Close. "I know you're here." Emma clenched her fists, trying not to whimper. She needed a plan, a distraction, something, anything. Her eyes darted across the ground. A loose piece of concrete. She grabbed it and tossed it far to her left. It clattered loudly. The killer rushed toward the noise. Emma ran the opposite direction, down the ramp, toward the exit sign, glowing like a fragile promise. But the killer was faster. His footsteps thundered behind her. The metal clang of the crowbar echoed again. Her legs burned. Her lungs screamed. She reached the exit door, pushed it. Locked. She spun around, chest collapsing with panic. The killer was only 10 steps away. She grabbed the fire extinguisher from the wall, pulled the pin, and sprayed blindly. White mist engulfed the air. The killer coughed, cursing. Emma swung the extinguisher with all her strength. It connected. The killer dropped. Emma didn't wait. She sprinted down the stairwell, bursting into the street, screaming for help. Police arrived within minutes. They arrested the killer, his real name, Victor Hale, Lily's secret co-worker, infatuated with her, rejected by her, obsessed beyond reason. Victor had killed Lily in rage, then kidnapped Lily's ex-boyfriend, Noah, forcing him to record the confession. He planned to kill Noah next, then leave evidence framing him. Emma's arrival disrupted the plan. Noah was found tied in Victor's basement alive. Barely. A week later, Emma narrated the story on her channel. Twisted Tales TV exploded with views, but she never bragged about it, because every time she said the title, Confession in a Voice Memo, she remembered how close she came to becoming the final chapter herself.